In reality, men and women do have fundamentally different characteristics. Both men and women tackle issues with the same aims in mind, but they consider different considerations. Understanding the relationship between ethnicity, acculturation, and ethnic identity is important because it can help explain why there are disparities in consumer behavior between people of the same ethnic origin and people of different ethnic backgrounds. Age is an important demographic factor that influences consumer behavior. As we become older, our health needs as well as our other demands change. People spend more money on things like variable food, movies, and clothes while they are young. As people get older, their spending on these items decreases. My reflection on this research is I found out that there are many factors that can influence a consumer behavior. The research has taught me that companies have a responsibility in understanding the marketplace and customer needs. If companies are unsuccessful at doing this, there is a great probability that they will fail at making profits. Marketing helps companies maintain their competitiveness. It helped me realize that firms can enhance their marketing to having an insight into what customers are thinking. Being able to understand consumer behavior allows markets to successfully connect with customers.
Based on question 3, if my income rises, I will increase my purchases of goods. Regularly receive money from employment or investment is referred to as income. The link between income and spending is positive. From the graph, 8.33% of consumers strongly agree and 58.33% consumer agree. Consumer behavior is influenced by their income. Consumers with extra money have more purchasing power. According to Carson and Carlington and Select M, consumers in the low and middle income group spend their money on necessities such as supplies and garments. The consumer's economic status has a significant impact on his purchasing decision. If the income and saving level of the consumer is high, then the consumer will buy a more expensive product compared to someone who has a low income. My reflection is consumer income influence consumer purchasing behavior. If consumers' income rises, they will increase their purchases in branded goods than before. Thank you.
Then I will continue the presentation with the effect of preferences. First, the graph shows that overall by 58.33% of respondents moderately prefer to purchase goods online rather than in person. Then a citation is, online products at a discount price or on-site valuables with exceptional service, situation-specific cognitive patterns, and CSO demographic play a role. When selecting to buy luxury products online with price savings, respondents will use a reasonable thinking method to be relevant in the purchasing platform's choosing of the consumer. Next, the graph shows that respondents buying goods online is more cost-effective and convenient. The highest skew that 41.67% of respondents moderate and agree with the statement provided. Then a citation is, online shoppers may effortlessly purchase a product with only a few clicks from the comfort of their own home or workplace. They are not needed to visit the trader location since they do not have a time constraint imposed in a shopping mall working hours. This is part C, Consumer Behavior 2, the effect of change in price, and the question is, if the price of good A falls by 50%, respondents will purchase its assumption of Faraday parables. The graph shows that the highest percentage of scale plot on 41.67% of respondents agree with the statement. Then the citation is, except in the United States, product costs in China are cheaper in big towns where more variety and lower costs are combined. Price index in China, the China item declined with city size by approximately 7 times more than in the United States. next question is, even the price of goods A is high, respondent will still purchase goods A, assumption of Choroidic parables. Based on the graph, it shows that the highest percentage of skill is 50% of respondents moderately purchase goods A. Then the citation is, as a result, new or change item that can affect consumer choice or the number of family materials needed for consumption go outside the scope of this idea.
Now, I'm going to explain about the effect of change in price. From our survey, we asked 12 respondents if they will purchase good A if the price of good B rises by 50%. Here the result that we got. According to the law of demand, a decrease in the price of a good, all other things held constant, will result in an increase in the quantity demanded of the good, set from Book Basic Economic. This means that these two goods are substitute good. As we know, for the substitution good, as one price of a good rises, the demand for the close substitution good will increase. From the result, we can see that mostly people will choose the close substitution good, which is good A, that can give the same satisfaction to the respondents. Next, I'm going to explain about the last two survey, which is change in income. From a survey, there have 2 respondents disagree, 3 respondents choose moderate, 6 people agree, and 1 respondent strongly agree to purchase good A if their income increased by 50%. And for the last survey, we asked 12 respondents either they want to purchase good A and B if their income increases by 50%. There have 2 respondents strongly disagree, 3 respondents disagree, 3 respondents choose moderate, and then 3 respondents agree, and there have 1 respondent choose strongly agree to purchase both good if their income increases. One of the factors that can increase the demand for good is incomes. Therefore, we can see that there still have some respondents who disagree to purchase good A and B if their income increases, because they may want to buy good essential good instead of inferior good, because people who have the lower income will spend a larger percentage of their income on normal and inferior goods rather than people who have the higher income, because for individual level, some goods can be normal goods to some consumer, but it also can be inferior good to the other consumer, cite from website which is Investopedia titled Normal Good. Besides that, occupation also one of the factors that can influence the respondent buying behavior. For example, a businessman may purchase more expensive goods or services than other profession, cite from a journal titled Factors Affecting Consumer Buying Behavior, a conceptual study. So lastly, for the reflection from this survey, I know that different person has different way to spend their money to buy goods. Even though some people income increases, but still some of them do not spend their money on the things that they think that is not essential or important to them. Besides that, I do believe also not all consumers or respondents will buy the goods even though the price of one good decreases. It is because maybe some consumer or people don't need this good, and maybe some people do not eat the goods such as food goods that have in the market. So each people have their own taste either on goods. So that's why some people choose to not buy the goods even though the price of the good decreases.